Hey guys, alright, we are back with another History Matters video. This time, why did Russia sell Alaska to the United States of America? A short animated documentary by History Matters, as I said. We have been told the answer to this before, and I'm gonna be honest, have completely forgotten the answer to this. I believe this was addressed in an alternate History Hub video, and I can't remember. I think it was just because the one, there wasn't really much of a Russian population there. Two, not really any resources there at the time. Just yeah. And three, the Tsar of Russia just felt like it. I think that was literally one of the big reasons was, yeah, he just felt like selling it. So let's go ahead and start watching.
In late 1867, Alaska was transferred from the ownership and dominion of the Russian Empire to the United States of America. It was sold for the princely sum of $7.2 million, and for most it's just a footnote in history. A question that should be asked is, why did Russia decide to sell its overseas?
I wouldn't really necessarily call this a footnote in history though, because it gives a lot of money. There's a lot of oil there, which means money.
Colony. Furthermore, why did it sell it to the United States and why not, say, Britain or some other colonial power? So the primary reason for the sale of Alaska was Russia's defeat in the Crimean War.
Oh yeah,
the war had done several things.
That was happening at this time.
The first was that it had largely bankrupted Russia, which was struggling to repay the debts it had racked up in order to fight the war. The second was that the victories of the Royal Navy over the modernising Russian Navy had made it clear that Russia had a long way to go before it could challenge Britain at sea. As such, it was realised by the Russian leadership that should another war break out, there was little to stop Britain from simply conquering the territory via Canada. So what type of territory was Alaska? For a start, it wasn't called Alaska at the time, but simply Russian America. And for the Russian Empire, it provided several things. First of all was the prestige that came with owning an overseas territory. As for its economic benefits, Alaska was a much more mixed bag.
That was Kaiser Wilhelm and the Emperor of Austria-Hungary, right?
Which, combined with the cost to protect it, you can see why the sale was seen as necessary. Incidentally, the sale of Russian America was broached by Emperor Alexander II's brother, the Grand Duke Constantine, who wanted to strengthen and liberalise the empire in the wake of the defeat in the Crimean War. It didn't take much to convince the emperor to agree to the
yes,
sale,
of
but
course.
now the question
Money's
was,
important.
to who?
Yeah.
Well, Britain was an obvious contender, given that its North American lands were already attached to Russian America,
yeah, but they're
and
enemies.
they already had the right to navigate its waters and trade with the colony. So why didn't they sell to Britain? Well, Russia and Britain were imperial rivals, and to give Britain a large coastline so close to Russia was potentially dangerous. Also, Britain wasn't interested, since Canada is already huge and Britain had enough access to the Pacific Ocean. Thus, the United States of America was really the only likely candidate for the purchase. Russia had approached the US in the early 1860s concerning the purchase, but they were undergoing this little-known event called the American Civil War.
I love it when it's such an overused joke, but I love it every time. Because I say it every fucking time I mention the Civil War or the time period. Whenever people are talking about the 1860s or whatever, and they're like, "What was America doing?" They just briefly mention America, and it's always the same thing. Oh yeah, America's busy doing this small thing no one's ever heard of. They were just fighting themselves, just a small little scuffle. Just a small scuffle over, the rights of human beings.
And so were a bit busy. After the war was settled and the US had to deal with the issues of reconstruction, the purchase of Alaska was seen as a useful distraction. The Russian Empire was also keen to keep up the...
I never really looked at it from the American side. I just kind of viewed it as another purchase similar to the Louisiana purchase, where it's just like land, Manifest Destiny, an extension of that. But it being a distraction following the end of the Civil War makes sense, yeah.
Ongoing good relations with the Americans, because as an ally they would be useful. It was agreed in March 1867
too bad that hasn't
between the governments of the US and Russia that Alaska would be...
God, if Russia and the United States actually were friends. Damn. Let me just say, damn. That would be pretty fucking hot.
But how did they come up with the price? Well, Russia had sent a team of surveyors to look for things like natural resources and to see how good life in Alaska was, and it was determined that Alaska was worth about $10 million. However, the surveyors argued that Alaska shouldn't be sold at all and that the governance of it simply be reformed. The emperor ignored this and both sides negotiated
shut up,
until the
nerd.
sum of $7.2 million was agreed. In October 1867 it was transferred to America and Russia's attention would thereafter be focused to the south and to the west. I
Soon.
hope you enjoyed this.
I love this channel. I'm so glad I found it. I know a few of you in the past have recommended this channel before. And I've just recently finally started watching them. And I'm glad I have, because damn, they are funny. I love it. Yeah, just a short little video today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I believe that was the whole video. Yeah, it was. It's just them thanking their very generous patrons. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more. And also leave a suggestion down below for what you want to see me react to next. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.